Today, I'm going to give you a proven system of how you can build self-belief, because I believe that it is potentially the biggest factor that will help you achieve your goals, avoid poor mental health, and lead a fulfilling life. By the end of this video, you will understand 3 important points of how you can consciously change your beliefs, alongside how Arnold used his own self-belief to become a world champion, and how I used self-belief just a few months ago in a crucial moment when I was on the brink of failure. It was earlier in this year, in May 2023, when I was playing my sport of wheelchair basketball in the playoff semi-final for my division. It was a close game between my team and our opposition. We were trading baskets throughout the game, and we were both hoping to clinch an essential spot in the final on the following day. By the last 15 seconds of the game, the score was 75-74 to us. So with that 1-point lead, all we needed to do was hold on the best that we could. Our opposition needed to foul to get the ball back as quick as possible, and it was me they had chosen to foul. This meant that I was going to the free throw line to take a crucial 2 shots. If I score these shots, we pretty much secure the game. However, if I miss and the other team end up scoring, taking the lead back and winning the game, I would have to take a lot of responsibility for that failure. But somehow, despite my heart thumping in my chest, I hit both free throws, and we ended up winning the game 77-74. And when I think about what was going through my mind and what helped me perform in that crucial moment, it was all about self-belief. I actually got this rule from reading a book called Psycho-Cybernetics, written by a psychologist called Maxwell Maltz, and it simply states, human beings always act and feel and perform in accordance with what they imagine to be true about themselves and their environment. I had this picture in my mind of me being able to score both of those free throws, and therefore I felt, acted and performed in accordance with that imagination. Without that picture, things could have gone very differently. And for you in your life, it's really important to understand that if you can't imagine who you want to be, then you won't believe that you are able to become that person, and the opportunities for change and growth just will not arise. Everything starts with an idea or a mental image, and if that idea is important enough, our brain will find a way to make it happen. Our brains literally orient our behavior and our emotions based on our perceptions, and our perceptions, i.e. how we view the world, are strongly influenced by what we imagine to be true. The reason that you act and feel afraid around, let's say, spiders or social situations or heights is because you have a clear imagined image in your mind that those things are a true threat. We all know that most household spiders will not do us any harm, but it is what we perceive to be true that makes us act and feel how we do. So this means we have to start building pictures, mental images of what we would like to be true in our lives. You may not feel confident or have any significant degree of self-belief in your life yet, but step 1 is to create a mental image of what that might look like in you. Now, this doesn't mean that you will immediately change in that moment. We'll talk about how you can turn an imagined truth into an actual truth later in the video, but it is a necessary first step you have to take, otherwise nothing else can be done. Now, you might be thinking,
Joel, aren't you just telling us to lie to ourselves?
and the answer to that question is yes, but also no, but also yes. However, the second point of the video will answer that question better. And to move on to that, we have to get away from Psycho-Cybernetics and Maxwell Maltz and move on to the most popular belief systems of all time. Can you guess what those are? If you said religion, then you would be correct. Now, I must say that I am a big fan of religious ways of thinking, but can we say that there is objective, scientific evidence that God exists, or that Jesus walked on water, or that the Buddha meditated for 40 days straight? No. And therefore, religions are not objectively true, and therefore you could argue that religious individuals are just lying to themselves. However, I believe that religious thinking has a net positive impact on people's lives. And it's less important that the belief system is objectively true, and more important that it has a positive impact on the person who believes it. This is my grandma, and she is a strong follower of Christianity. She always has been, and she always will be. My grandma is probably the kindest, most warm-hearted human being that I've come into contact with, and I think in large part that is caused by her religion. To me, and this is point 2 of the video, the utility of a belief is actually more important than whether it is objectively true. For example, does God objectively exist? No. But would it be helpful to believe and act as if God exists so that we become better people? Yes. Do I know objectively that everything is going to be alright in my life? No. But does my mental health, my productivity, and my social life benefit if I believe that everything is just gonna be alright? Yes. Do you kind of understand what I'm getting at here? Is it objectively true that you have the ability to develop yourself and build self-belief? Let's be honest, no, because we have no way of measuring for that and finding objective evidence. But believing that this is possible is a necessary requirement to apply the all-important point 3 of the video, where we turn our imagined self-belief into a reality. At the beginning, yes, you can argue that it's a lie if you like, but the beauty of it is that you can make your beliefs about yourself true. And to look at how that's been done in the past, we need to talk about a man that we all recognize.
I'll be back.
Arnold Schwarzenegger went from being a little boy in poverty in Austria to being the best bodybuilder in the world for multiple years, to being the highest paid actor in Hollywood, to being a political leader. And he is a prime example of how self-belief that on the surface seems like a delusional lie can become reality.
You see, if you don't have a vision of where you go, and if you don't have a goal where you go, you drift around and you never end up anywhere.
Arnold had his vision, the exact kind of mental image that we talked about in point 1 of this video. This vision was not objectively true, but Arnold's life benefited from believing that it was true, like we said in point 2. But, and this is the all-important point 3, Arnold, through conscious work and through his actions, turned that self-belief, turned that vision into truth. And you actually can do that in your own life. All of us have a vision, an idea, a mental image of where we want to be in our lives, but the majority of us do not believe that it is possible. Self-belief isn't the only necessary thing. I'm fully aware of that. But if you do not believe in yourself, there is a 0% chance that your vision will be true. However, if you do believe in yourself, and most importantly, you put in the necessary actions to make it happen, then you can turn an imagined truth, a vision, into actual truth. So let's answer the all-important question. How do we build self-belief? I don't want you to leave this video and feel no different. I want you to leave this video and start making actual progress, because I know that you are tired of having low self-belief. And the answer to that question is act as if you believe in yourself, even if you don't. Apply a little bit of faith and see what happens. And the thing is, acting that way, acting with boldness, overcoming fears, overcoming anxiety, overcoming insecurity, that takes real courage. And most people just won't do it. But is there anything meaningful, anything worthwhile that doesn't take a whole lot of courage? And even if you don't believe in yourself, I do. Because I've seen the ability to build self-belief in myself from being that insecure kid that hates the fact that he doesn't fit in. Change your beliefs and you'll change your life. However, there may be some really strong beliefs that you currently hold that you need to let go of in order to grow. In particular, there is a myth about mental health that I think many people, including you, still believe, and I believe that it's hurting them. So, if you go and watch this video here that I worked pretty hard on, I'll show you how to recognize that myth and let go of it in your own life. So I'll see you over there.